Alright, so this is going to be a very raw video. I haven't posted for a while, and that's because I've been away in Marbella and I've been doing a lot of things on my plate. So I haven't really thought about posting, but when I got home from Sweden and during my flight back home, I had a lot of reflections, and I wanted to share a few of those today. And the first one, that is very common that you hear all the time, and that is how big of an impact your environment has on you. All right. Now, as long as the first step that I put in Sweden and the first step that I put into my hometown, I just felt, wow, this energy, this place is just not inspiring me. It's just the same as it was. There's so slow. There's no one, no fancy cars, no fancy restaurants, no fancy places. Everything is just so slow. It's kind of depressing, and it doesn't inspire me at all. All right, having been in Marbella, where you have a lot of luxury, you have nice restaurants, nice people that are 10, 100, 1,000 times ahead of you, then you do get inspired. But here in my hometown in Sweden, I don't get inspired at all. All right, and that is not the only thing, because that is like the big environment, but also the people that you hang around with. Because in Marbella, I have a lot of friends, a big network of young entrepreneurs that are on the same path and that have a very high standard to themselves. And when they have a high standard to themselves, you just follow that as well. And I realized when I took my first step in Sweden that this is not the same. This is not the same. And I need to get back to Marbella. And that is the biggest lesson that I've taken away. But there's another one as well. And this is almost a result of the environment. And that is the energy. The energy in the environment, the energy that I feel every day. Because obviously with nice weather, with a lot of greenery, a lot of nice cars, restaurants, a lot of luxury, a lot of money as well, you do get inspired. You have a different frequency, you have a different energy. But also people seem so much happier there. They seem so much more inspired. It seems like they are a few years ahead of my hometown. Because my hometown has been the same for the past 10 years, for the past 20 years. It just look the same, but in Marbella or places like this, things just happen so quick. They just up to standard. All right, and I also realized that with the people that I spend time with, that their energy, their inspiration is different as well. You see at the gym, you just go to the gym, you see a Porsche and a Ferrari and a Rolls Royce, whatever. Okay, you do get inspired. You feel like you have to push, but here, you don't, right? But also on an individual basis, I realized a big thing how important energy and frequency actually is. Because for a long time, I've been believing that the more input you have, the more output you're gonna get, right? But that is not the case. That is not the case. And a lot of people that follow Alex Hormozi and those kind of guys that just want to work all the time, I respect it. Obviously, if that's what you want to do, if you enjoy working that much and building something that much, do it. Do it, 100%. And I love working as well. Don't get me wrong, but that's not all I want to do. Like the dream life that I have, it doesn't have 12, 14, 16-hour days of working. That's not what I want to do. Maybe some days, of course, some days, but not every single day. And I know in order for you to get to that point where you don't need to work that much and still have a high quality of life, you need to put in a lot of hours. But that is not part of my dream life. And what I realized was that a lot of the people that I look up to that are 5, 10 times ahead of me when it comes to what I make, they don't work that hard. They don't work 10, 12 hours a day. Obviously, sometimes they do, but a lot of the time they just have like a normal day. They can go to the gym, have a nice lunch, maybe go play some paddle, go for a dinner in the weekend, take the weekend off, whatever. Okay, maybe have some calls with their family or close friends. And what I realized was that you don't need to be working that much. You don't need to do that. And this is something that I've been thinking a lot about for the past couple of months, that why not just start living as the kind of person you want to be? Why not start living as him today? Because you can. You can. There's definitely nothing holding you back from starting to living as that guy today. Nothing at all holds you back. So why not just keep doing it? Why not start doing it today? And that is something that Actually, a little bit of a story that I remember is a year ago, I was in a really big grinding phase. I was just working every day and night, day and night, day and night. Okay, and I actually have looked at my KPIs that I filled out for that period, and I think for that offer that I had, the first day off that I didn't work at all was 4 months into the offer. So until then, every single day I was working. And I had that period, and I had that also that mindset that I need to be doing it. But one day, a thought just hit me that why do I need to be here? Why do I need to be in Sweden? I'm making good money. I have the freedom, so why do I need to be here? And what I did was I just booked a trip to Italy, and I started working from there. And actually, funny thing is that even though I was away, even though I was in Italy, not having the ideal circumstances and ideal environment to work, I made my by far best month. By far best month. All right. And that just showed me that it's very important that you start living as the kind of person that you want to be today. And just start vibrating on that frequency and having that energy. And I know this can sound a little bit woo-woo, but it's true. It's super, super true. And maybe you just want to have some sales tactics or like some KPI sheets, but at the end of the day, that can only take you this far. To get to the next level, you have to, get to a different frequency, get to a different kind of energy. And that's something that I really realized in Marbella, that everyone that is successful, they just vibrate on a different frequency. And that's also something that I feel like I implemented myself, because last month, it wasn't a good month. Honestly, a lot of setbacks. The first one was that the company that I manage sales teams for, they went bankrupt. Okay, so I just didn't have a job. Obviously, that is sorted now. I have a sales team that I do manage, but I didn't have a job for a couple of days, and also didn't get paid. So that's a big setback. But number two, I was gonna start a really good closing offer, a really, really good closing offer where the OTE was 30 to 40K. But the day before launch, they just quit the offer. They just said, instead of having sales reps, we're gonna have just a checkout page. Okay, and that hit hard. That was a big setback. So 2 setbacks, and that was in the same week. But the thing is, a lot of people would have felt, wow, why is all this happening to me? Nothing's happening in my favor. How am I going to sort this out? But I didn't feel that thought. I didn't feel that feeling for 1 second at all. Because I felt this abundance mindset. I just knew that I will have the opportunities. Because I knew everything is close to me. I didn't feel like scares around money. I didn't feel like, I was unlucky or something like that. I just thought, okay, this is part of the plan. This is going to work in my favor later on. And it did. It did. Right now, I'm starting to get a few more opportunities. I actually did get a very good opportunity, not when it comes to earning. Well, maybe not short term, but a very good learning opportunity I got immediately after hearing some bad news. But now I'm also on the way of getting even better opportunities. So, and that only happens because I have this kind of abundance mindset. I don't feel scarce around opportunities or money, because there's so much out of it. There's so much out there. So much. And I want you guys to remember that as long as you put in the work, as long as you show the universe or God or whatever you believe in that you deserve it, you're gonna get rewarded. You're gonna get rewarded, but you cannot be desperate either. And if you are working 16-hour days every day and you have like a lot of busy work, then the universe will see that as kind of being desperate, and then you won't get all of the benefits that you want. So actually this month in Marbella just is a receipt to me that you have to start living as the kind of person you want to be today. There's nothing stopping you, nothing at all stopping you. And right now I feel so much inspiration, because right now I'm in Sweden and I want to get out. I want to get out of Sweden. I want to get back to Marbella. So we need to put some work in. And remember this, guys, like you cannot just manifest, you cannot just visualize and say affirmations to yourself that I'm going to get X, Y, Z. You have to put in the work as well, all right? You have to put in the work. So that is super, super important. but don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to enjoy yourself during the time. All right, start living the lifestyle that you want to live today, but do it responsibly. So that's everything I had to say today. Very raw, very unscripted, but hopefully you guys took something out of it. Yeah, so if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.